From the depths I come. By Nerubian.
Wait till you see me in action.
What?
I have heard the summons. I'll see to it. Speak. My might cannot be matched. Time is fleeting. The scourge will devour all. By Nerub. I have heard the summons. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I serve only the frozen throne. Kinky. I'll see to it. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Speak. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. By Nerub. Feel the venom of Nerub. I'll see to it. For the frozen throne. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Raid. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. Feel the venom of Nerub. By Nerub. For the frozen throne. I'll see to it. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Oblivion awaits. Indubitably. Feel the venom of Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to
Our allies' town needs
I'll
help.
see to it. I have heard the summons. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Feel the venom of Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. First blood. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Oblivion awaits. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. My might cannot be matched. Rain. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Feel the venom, Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll see to it. Oblivion awaits. Feel the venom of Nerub. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Our allies' town needs help.
From the depths I come.
Movement is required.
Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Oblivion awaits. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. Wait. Indubitably. I'll see to it. By Nerub.
Our allies' town needs help.
Serve the frozen road. Kinky. By Nerub. Feel the venom of Nerub.
Our allies' town
I'll
needs
see
help.
to it. Rain. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I've heard the summons. By Nerub. Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. Indubitably. Reign. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Kinky. Time is fleeting. I've heard the summons. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. Indubitably. Speak. Consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Kinky. I'll see to it. By Neru. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Killing spree. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Indubitably. For the frozen throne. Killing spree. Double kill. By Nerubian.
Greetings, my lord.
What?
Time is fleeting. Feel the venom of Neru. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Have heard the summons. Indubitably. Kinky. By Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. Dominating the living and the dead. I'll see to it.
What ails
More
you?
gold is
My
required.
might cannot be matched.
Is my aid required?
I serve only the frozen throne. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky.
Our allies' town needs help.
I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Time is fleeting. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub.
Our allies' town needs help.
Indubitably. I'll see to it. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Mega kill. I'll consume the living and the dead. Killing spree. Unstoppable double kill. By Nerub. Dominating double kill.
Our allies' town needs help.
What is your wish?
From the depths I've come. Speak. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Our allies' town needs help.
Nerub. Kinky. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Indubitably. My might cannot be matched. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Kinky.
Is someone injured?
I serve only the frozen throne. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Kinky. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead.
Our allies' town needs help.
By Nerub. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. For the frozen throne. By Nerub. Oblivion awaits. I'll see to it. Kinky. Feel killing spree. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Dominating double kill. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Time is fleeting. I serve in order frozen throne. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. What speak? I'll see to it. From the depths I come. My might cannot be matched. Mega kill. Speak. I'll see to it. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Raid. I'll see to it. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. My might cannot be matched.
What ails you?
I have heard the summons by Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. By Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll see to it. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Kinky. By Nerub. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. living and the dead. Oblivion awaits. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. Kinky, speak. I've heard the summons. I'll consume the living and the dead. Speak.
Welcome to our village.
Time is fleeting. Kinky. I'll... Indubitably. I serve only the frozen throne. I have heard the I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. For the frozen throne. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it. By Nerub. Indubitably. Time is fleeting. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. My might cannot be matched. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Kinky. By I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. Kinky. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerub. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll see to it.
Are you threatening me?
Greetings, my lord.
I am ready.
What?
I serve only the frozen throne. Indubitably. I'll see to it.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
I have heard the summons. By Nerub. I'll see to it. Indubitably. I'll see to it. Indubitably. Kinky. Indubitably. I'll consume them.
Our allies' town needs help.
Kinky. I'll consume the dominating. Own it. I'll see to it. Double kill. By Nerub. Indubitably. see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. Indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. Killing spree. I'll see to it. I'll consume the living and the dead. By Nerubian. Unstoppable. I'll see to it. Wicked double kill. Double kill. From the depths I come.